What up, it's Mr. Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Melo, that's REYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. If the 1996 hit movie Twister was told for modern audiences, the results would be the upcoming Twisters, a new featurette shows. The film, which premieres July 19th, follows a group of tornado wranglers who share their adventures on social media and have a cult following. Daisy Edgar-Jones, who plays Kate Cooper in a new teaser released Wednesday, says the tornado wranglers are all really passionate and excited about getting as close as they can to natural phenomenons. Cooper is a retired storm chaser who bumps into tornado wrangler ringleader Tyler Owens, who's played by Glenn Powell. Owens says in the trailer, "In our crew, we don't need PhDs and fancy gadgets to do what we do." An official movie synopsis describes Owens and Cooper as opposing forces who come together to try to predict and possibly tame the immense power of tornadoes. This unlikely pair echoes the original film. In Twister, the late Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt played a nearly divorced couple who come together to chase one more storm. In the new film, the group faces several storms that barrel across Oklahoma. Kate O'Brien, who plays Danny in the trailer, says we're a group of tornado chasers who are informing people about tornadoes on a more social level. The teaser shows one of the characters being nearly pulled into the Twister. The film was produced by Frank Marshall and Patrick Crowley, who worked on the Jurassic films. Marshall is also known for his work on the Indiana Jones movies, while Crowley is known for his work in the Bourne movies. Sony Pictures is giving a glimpse of the new film Afraid. The studio shared a trailer for the movie Wednesday featuring John Cho and Catherine Waterston. Afraid is a sci-fi horror film written and directed by Chris Weltz and produced by Blumhouse. Cho and Waterston star as a couple whose family is selected to test a revolutionary new home device, a digital family assistant called AIA. The official synopsis reads, taking smart home to the next level. Once the unit and all its sensors and cameras are installed in their home, AIA seems able to do it all. She learns the family's behaviors and begins to anticipate their needs. And she can make sure nothing and no one gets in her family's way. Ricky Lineholm, Havana Rose Liu, and David Tashimalchian also star. Afraid opens in theaters August 30th. Other Blumhouse films in the works include Speak No Evil, starring James McAvee, and a Megan sequel. Warner Bros. Is teasing the new film The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. The studio shared a photo for the enemy movie Wednesday featuring the character Hera, voiced by Kaya Wise. The new image shows Hera, a princess and the daughter of Helm Hammerhand, played by Brian Cox, the king of Rohan, riding a white horse. The War of the Rohirrim takes place in the world of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings book series. The film is set 183 years before the movie's trilogy and recount the fate of Helm and his house. The official synopsis reads, a sudden attack by Wolf, played by Luke Pascalino, a clever and ruthless Dunderling lord seeking vengeance for the death of his father, forces Helm and his people to make a daring last stand in the ancient stronghold of the Hornburg, a mighty fortress that will later come to be known as Helm's Deep. Finding herself in an increasingly desperate situation, Hera, the daughter of Helm, must summon the will to lead the resistance against a deadly enemy intent of their total destruction. The War of Rohirrim is directed by Kenji Kamiyama, a Japanese filmmaker who co-directed Blade Runner, Black Lotus, and worked on the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex series. Peter Jackson, who directed the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, is an executive producer. Lord of the Rings star Miranda Otto returns as Eowyn, the narrator of the new film. Lorraine Ashburn, Zidane Kofari, Benjamin Wainwright, Lawrence Ubong Williams, Sean Dooley, Michael Wildman, Jude Akadike, Bilal Hansna, and Janie Duvitsky also have voice roles. The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, opens in theaters December 13th. R.I.P., a new film starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck has landed at Netflix. Netflix confirmed Tuesday that it has acquired the rights to the upcoming thriller. R.I.P. hails from writer and director Joe Carnahan, a filmmaker who previously collaborated with Affleck on Smokin' Aces. Carnahan also worked on The A-Team, Death Wish, and Bad Boy for Life. The line said rights to the film hit the market a couple of weeks back. Damon and Affleck will produce through their Artist Equity banner, which launched in November 2022. The longtime friends and frequent collaborators previously worked together on Good Will Hunting, Chasing Amy, The Last Duel, Air, and other films. Damon will also star with Affleck's brother Casey Affleck in the new film The Instigators. The action comedy opens in selected theaters August 2nd and premieres August 9th on Apple TV+. Well, you prefer to spend your 4th of July outside with friends and fireworks or inside with your favorite shows, there's no shortage of entertainment options. This year's television marathons include classics in every genre, from science fiction to Western drama. And of course, you have your pick of special Independence Day programs too. A Capital 4 by PBS, Alfonso Ribeiro hosts America's 248th birthday celebration. A Capital 4 live on PBS. The July 4th party will bring with the performances by Roberto and Britt Stewart of Dancing with the Stars. And the Afflecks attending the Paris Olympics will receive special acknowledgement from Olympian Shawn Johnson East. Smokey Robinson will perform a tribute to Motown's 65th anniversary, and Chloe Flower will honor the 100th anniversary of Rhapsody in Blue. The program, which has been a holiday staple for 44 years, culminates in fireworks above the National Mall. The celebration also includes appearances by The Greatest Showman's Lauren Allred, Sister Sledge, The Color Purple's Fantasia, Darren Criss, and Sheila E. It begins at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on PBS and YouTube. Competing for the spotlight is Macy's 4th of July fireworks, which also airs 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 48th annual show boasts appearances by Lainey Wilson and Luis Fonse, known for their hits Things a Man Ought to Know and Despacito, respectively. Shabuzi, Belvin DeVoe, Tanner Adele, and the Warren Treaty will also perform. The program's 60,000 fireworks will explode over the Hudson River for the first time in over a decade. Gary Souza, who has designed the show, says it is so great to be back on the Hudson. Whether it's a wide river, we get to use bigger fireworks, bigger toys. Have a little more fun, more bang out there. The good news is that viewers who wish to tune in to a Capital 4 can watch the Macy's 4th of July Fireworks Encore, which runs at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. ESPN will broadcast Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest in Brooklyn's Coney Island, which begins with the women's competition at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and the men at noon. Mickey Sudo, who's 38, is the women's reigning champion, who in 2020 consumed 48.5 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Joey Chestnut, who in 2021 ate a record of 76 hot dogs, is notably absent from this year's event. Apparently, this decision stems from Chestnut's choice to represent a plant-based hot dog brand. The Twilight Zone on Sci-Fi, and for those who prefer spooky storylines over pop-in circumstances, Sci-Fi is showing its annual Twilight Zone marathon, which begins at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and conclude at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time the following day, and the 24-hour event kicks off with "And When the Skies Was Open," which chronicles the disappearance of 3 people following a desert plane crash. The Office, beginning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Comedy Central will air a marathon of The Office, a mockumentary which ran for 9 seasons on NBC. The show chronicles the life of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company employees, played by Steve Carell, Rainn Wilson, John Krasinski, and Jenna Fisher. The marathon runs until midnight. The Office was adapted from a BBC series, and this inspired a spin-off about a dying newspaper with a crew of volunteer reporters. That show, which stars Harry Potter's Domino Gleeson and Sabrina Imperatori of The White Lotus, begins production this month. And Yellowstone. Starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Paramount will run a Yellowstone marathon. The series follows John Dutton, who's played by Kevin Costner, as he tries to protect his ranch, which happens to be the largest in the country. The drama, which first aired in 2018, ran for 5 seasons and was largely filmed in Montana. The show's summary says, amid shifting alliances, unsolved murders, open wounds, and hard-earned respect, the ranch is in constant conflict with those it borders. The Academy Award-winning screenwriter Robert Towne died at the age of 89 in his Los Angeles home Monday while surrounded by his family. Publicist Carrie McClure announced without commenting on his cause of death. Towne is best known for the Oscar-winning screenwriter of the 1974 film Chinatown, which starred Jack Nicholson and is set against the backdrop of the 1930s water wars between Los Angeles and farmers in the Owens Valley in eastern California. His screenplay, quote, is widely recognized as the gold standard for movie scripts, the Hollywood Reporter reported. He also earned an Oscar nominations for his screenplays for The Last Detail in 1973 and Shampoo in 1975. Towne also worked as a specialist who could improve scripts, such as his penning the garden scene near at the end of the Oscar-winning The Godfather, which played in theaters in 1972, and lending his talents to Bonnie and Clyde in 1967. Francis Ford Coppola won an Oscar for writing The Godfather screenplay with Mario Puzo, and thanked Towne while accepting that award on stage. Towne's work has a transformative effect on American cinema in the 1970s by bringing reality to an industry built on fantasy. Variety reported his instinct was to make films that reflected the world he knew, to write characters who swore and stumbled and seduced the way real people did. Most recently, Towne worked on the first 2 Mission Impossible scripts and many other projects. His screenwriting career earned Towne recognition among the all-time best screenwriters, as Vulture listed 3rd behind Billy Wilder and the duo of Joel and Ethan Coen. Towne was 89. Christina Applegate shared a glimpse of her bucket list, which includes drinking with Cher. The 52-year-old actress wrote on X on Wednesday, "There are things I want to do with the days I have left in life." Applegate was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2021 while she was filming Dead to Me. She said in an interview, "I had to call everybody and be like, I have multiple sclerosis, guys." And then it was about kind of learning, all of us learning what I was going to be capable of doing. Applegate told Variety in 2022 that she was pretty convinced that Dead to Me marked the end of her acting career. On Wednesday, she took a more hopeful stance. She wrote on X, "I want to work with Shirley MacLaine and do shots with Cher." That post has more than 5,000 likes and hundreds of comments within hours. One commenter said, "Keep reaching for your dreams. I've had MS since 2005 and keep chasing my dreams. We can't let MS defeat us. We're too much young for that." Applegate recently shared more about her struggles on Dax Shepard's podcast, Armchair Expert. She says, "I have 30 lesions on my brain, like herpes sores basically. My biggest one is behind my right eye, so my right eye hurts a lot. Other people don't even have them on their brain. They have like a couple on the spine. What it does, it just affects the nervous system. So we all kind of have the issue with mobility that's different per person. My hand starts to go weird, and then I'll get a seizure feeling sometimes in my brain, but not at all the time." Applegate and Jamie Lee Sigler created their own podcast, Messy, which aired in March. In a recent episode, Applegate's 13-year-old daughter disclosed her own struggle with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS. Despite her family struggles, the Married with Children star remains optimistic. She says, "My days are big, just saying." Heart is postponing its tour amid news lead singer Ann Wilson will undergo cancer treatment. Wilson said in a statement Tuesday that she recently underwent an operation to remove something that, as it turned out, was cancerous. "The operation was successful and I'm feeling great, but my doctors are now advising me to undergo a course of preventable chemotherapy, and I've decided to do it. And so my doctors are instructing me to take the rest of the year away from the stage in order to fully recover." Wilson said she's absolutely plans to return to the stage in 2025 and will share details with fans as soon as we can. The star added, "Thank you for all your support. This is merely a pause. I have much more to say." Hart announced on its official account minutes later that it was postponing the remainder of the Royal Flush tour dates due to medical reasons. The band said tickets will be honored for the rescheduled dates, with more information to be announced in the coming weeks. The Royal Flush Tour kicked off in April and was scheduled to conclude in December. The tour featured special guest Cheap Trick. Hart, led by Wilson and her sister Nancy Wilson, are known for such singles as Magic Man, Crazy on You, and Barracuda. The band released its 16th album, Beautiful Broken, in 2016. Lana Del Rey and Quavo have teamed up for new music. The 39-year-old singer-songwriter and 33-year-old rapper and music producer released a single and music video for their song Tough on Wednesday. The Tough video shows Del Rey and Quavo get close as they play lovers living in the countryside. The pair directed the video with Wyatt Spain Winfrey. In the lyrics, Del Rey and Quavo sing about staying tough through the ups and downs of life. Quavo sings, "Look at what we are, baby, standing through the storm, still shining like a diamond in the rough, still shining, that's hard, if you ever lost someone that you love." Del Rey and Quavo debuted Tough during Del Rey's performance at Fenway Park in Boston in June and shared a release date for the songs last week. Quavo released his second solo album, Rocket Power, in August 2023, while Del Rey is expected to release the country music-inspired album Lasso this September. Jin of the K-pop supergroup BTS will participate as a torchbearer for the 2024 Paris Olympics, as sources in the music industry said Tuesday. The vocalist will travel to France in the near future to take part in the torch relay, the sources say. The exact location and schedule for his participation has not been disclosed. While the reason for the singer's involvement in the torch relay was not revealed, it likely stems from BTS's global popularity and the group's decade-long message of love yourself. Jin completed his mandatory military service last month, becoming the first BTS member to do so. He is reportedly preparing to make an appearance on a TV variety show on the MBC channel in the second half of this year, marking his first official comeback into the entertainment industry since his enlistment in December of 2022. In addition to his variety show appearance, he is also gearing up to release a new single in the second half. In a recent message to fans on the K-pop fan community platform Weverse, Jin expressed his excitement to be back in action. He wrote, "I'm working on recording music and filming variety shows. I'm trying to focus on my main job while showing my face as much as possible. The results will be out in a few months, so please wait a little bit longer." He, however, ruled out any plans to venture into acting from the time being. "I don't have any plans to act. Sorry about that," he wrote. Having majored in acting in university, Jin previously expressed interest in pursuing the job as part of his individual activities. And finally, here are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 sales charts for the week of July 6. Number 10, Billie Eilish with Birds of a Feather. Number 9, Teddy Swims with Lose Control. Number 8, Benson Boone with Beautiful Things. Number 7, Hozier with Too Sweet. Number 6, Tommy Richmond with $1 Million Baby. Number 5, Sabrina Carpenter with Please, Please, Please. Number 4, Sabrina Carpenter with Espresso. Number 3, Kendrick Lamar with Not Like Us. Number 2, Shabuzi with the Bar song Tipsy. And the number 1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 sales charts for the week of July 6, Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen with I Had Some Help. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great July 4th weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.